Pleasant morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the session. Hope I'm audible and my screen is visible. If it is so, let me know that in the chat. Good morning, guys. If you can hear me, let me know that. Thank you, Mr. Not. Okay, hope we can start the session. So, in the previous session, I have mentioned you about this packages, right? So, I have given a basic intro, and I have also mentioned about this user defined. The types of packages that is available. That is what I have mentioned, and also I think I have mentioned about this flow of built-in package. That is like um, we have different built-in packages. Okay, mainly lang, util, io, awt. So in that we have several classes. So several other files. Okay, which will be in dot class format. So the and I have also mentioned that why it should be in dot class format. So it is a compiler format so that it can understand uh, the logic which is present inside it. So it cannot be changed from the user perspective. So that is a reason, okay, why it will be always in dot class perspective. So this is what we have seen in built-in packages. So now we can move to user-defined packages. So user-defined packages, here comes all those syntax and how to proceed that. So now if you take this user defined package, so we will be using this syntax, that is package keyword has to be used followed by a name of a package. So here if you see this example, that is we have a package, my pack is the package name that we are using, and in which it can have several number of classes. So that is a format. So now this is like for a learning purpose, we can use this kind of package name. But while coming to commercial use, or else if you're getting involved in any kind of project, so in that case, this package name has to be created with a certain parameters. So parameters is like, okay, we can uh, create a application based upon three purpose, that is commercial purpose, organization purpose, and education purpose. So these are the three purposeful application that will be creating. So after the package keyword, you have to mention any one of this purpose, that is whether it is commercial, educational, or organizational. So if it is commercial, you have to use COM. If it is educational purpose, you have to use EDU. And if it is organizational purpose, that is within your organization, if you have to use it, then you can use ORG. So mostly we'll be going with COM, okay, which is commercial purpose. That is, we are creating a project or application for a client purpose, right? So that is commercial purpose. So COM followed by a dot, then you have to use your company name or the organization name. So here I can use Ethnos. And next comes this project name. So dot project name, so I can mention it as like, okay, VIT training. So now if I want to create a package for this particular project that I'm taking, in that case, what I will be doing is I will be using this package name package, that is keyword package, followed by com.ethnos.vit training. So this will be the actual package name that I'll be giving for project purpose or else any application development purpose. So this is like you might have here this name of the package can be anything, but that is for learners purpose, but it is quite different from application purpose. So you have to be aware of it because you will be working in a company wherein these things are mandatory. So help your understanding. So I have few basic things. Okay, now we know how to declare a package, and now how to import a package. So for importing, we have three different methods. So this import is actually used to import the classes which is present in that particular package into an another package. So this is the main thing, okay, that we should use. So while importing, there are three different methods of importing. That is using the qualified name. That is, we can import the whole package, okay, using its name, that is package name itself. And we have one more thing to use. That is, we can import only the particular class that is mandatory for our operation purpose. So it is like, okay, instead of using the star, so java.lang.star, which imports all the classes which is present in the inside the package. But consider in lang page, I need only a particular file. That is like, okay, here we know for a lang file, okay, I have a system and string class. So lang file contains all the default uh, or primitive parameters, right? So in that case, okay, consider I'm only using this string and string builder package. So in that case, okay, I can use the class name exactly. So instead of mentioning the star, import java.star lang.star. In that case, in the place of star, I can go with the class name. Here it is a string. So in that case, okay, I'm importing only the class files, okay, related to string. So this like importing only the class, and to import all the classes from a particular package. So here we are importing classes for a different package. So now consider, of course, we are importing a different package into a package, and in that case, okay, this package consists of any particular method implementation. So in that case, okay, we need to import that package too, and we have to use uh, the object creation by using that package that we have created. So object creation is entirely dependent upon on which package we are accessing. So in that case, okay, we have to import all the package again and again. But only consider we have to use only one particular method which is in that whole package. So in that case, we don't want to implement the whole package. We don't want to implement the whole class. So we need just that method which is present inside that package. So in that case, it is also possible. Now, you might have heard about this qualified name and classes, but you might not be aware of this method creation. So here, actually, it is not widely used because in the each step, if you go, okay, it is more secured process. So now in the previous case, that is first case, it is qualified name, which means that we can access the whole package. So it is like, okay, there is different methods, different definitions available. We can access any of it. Next, we're coming to importing only the class, which means that we have only particular classes in the whole package, which means, okay, this particular method implementation cannot access any other things outside this particular class. And now we are going one more step into deep. That is, we can only access the method which is present inside that class. So likewise, okay, we have different secure methods for this secure purpose. So I will explain this using the program too. So now here, let's take this program. So you can see that I have given a package name in a different way. So package is the keyword followed by com.science-tech-easy.calculate. So now I'm this is for commercial purpose com, and dot science-tech-easy, that is, okay, just giving a name as a company name. So dot calculate. So calculate is the project. So here that I'm working on. So in that case, inside this package, I'm creating a class sum, which has two integer initialization, a is equal to 20 and b is equal to 30, and which has its method void call. And in it, okay, the logic is present to add up the values and print the output. So now coming to the main package, that is package com.math.calculator. So this is my main package. So in that main package, I'm importing this package that I have created. So, and I am creating a class that is sum test, and which has object creation using the sum class which is present inside the package. So by using this, I'm calling the method call. So it actually gives the output that the sum is equal to 20 plus 30, which is 50. So the 50 will be the output. So here thing is just we are using the whole package here itself, that is calculate. So calculate is our package. So com.science-ec.calculate. So we are using the package exactly. Okay, if here we have only one class which is sum. Okay, it can have several number of packages. Sorry, several number of classes. Okay, so now this yes, the object that we have created, that is using the sum, yes is equal to new sum. So it can have access to all the classes that is present inside this com.science-ec.calculate package. So that is the thing. Okay, I hope you're understanding. So this is like a common thing that we are using while coming to package. So next, that is we are moving a step a bit deeper. So that is instead of using the package name, we are going into class name. So with this package name, if if it follows with dot a class name, then it is like we are accessing only the class of which we need some definitions. So that is what here. So here we can see the same package name, that is com.ec. Okay, here the thing is different state dot city info. So city infos are present inside this package, and we are using a different package. And here you can see while coming to import, I'm importing the class exactly, that is city info as a package name. In that I'm using the class name, that is Dhanbad. So here I'm exactly importing only the class that I am needed. So this is the actual difference. So let me know what will be the output of this. Okay, the logic is explained. So just let me know what will be the output. Okay, done. I don't see any response. Fine. So here, just we are importing the exact class file. So here we have created this class file, that is Dhanbad. D is equal to new Dhanbad. So here you can see, okay, we are exactly using the class name that we are importing from the package that we have. So by using that, we are creating this object. So by using the object, we are calling this state info and city info. So method state info has this SOP statement, Dhanbad is the first major city of Jharkhand, and city info has output statement, that is Dhanbad city is also called as capital of India. So now these two statements will be here. So here I haven't given a different number of classes. Okay, I just have used only one class and I have called one class. So you can use a different number of classes. That is public class. Consider I'm using Mumbai. So state info. Okay, Mumbai is the major city of Maharashtra, that I can mention it, and then city info it is like Manchester of India. So I can mention all those, but still I need only Dhanbad, so I can use the Dhanbad class followed with this package name, so that I can only access the class of Dhanbad. So now in the previous program and in this program, you can see, okay, I'm using always class names, okay, as public. Access modifier for the class is always public. So can you say what are the other modifiers can we use while coming to package and class creation? So in package, we will be using a lot of classes, right? So what are the access modifiers we can use for the class? So if you have any guess, you can let me know. So we have 4 access modifiers, that is public, private, protected, default. So here you can always see that as it is mentioned as public class Dhanbad public void city info. So and while coming to this main class creation, just mentioned as a class TCS. So there is actually some logic that you should be aware of why it is always public. If anyone have any idea regarding this, you can let me know, so that it would be great to check. Okay, fine. So we know about this access modifiers, public, protected, default, and private. So if you use public, okay, it can be used inside the class, outside the class, inside the package, outside the package. So wherever the position is, we can use its members, which is present inside this public class. Okay, and while coming to protected, okay, we cannot use outside the class itself, so that you know about it. And while coming to private, okay, it can be used only within that class, and it cannot be used with outside the class or in subclass. Okay, it is not possible. And default, okay, we cannot use it in different package. So that is the only thing. So as this has limitations. So now if I use this class as private, so private class, I cannot inherit to the other class as well. Okay, here the most important thing is, okay, you have to move this particular members which is present. We have to use this definition in the other package that we are creating. So in that case, if you use public as that is, if you create a class as private, okay, there is no use of creating that class itself, because we cannot use it anywhere outside the package. So that is like, okay, the class creation itself a mere waste thing. So we cannot go with private. And as well, we cannot use the protector too, because while coming to protector, it is known that, okay, we cannot use outside the class, and that is a different package class. So it is obvious that we cannot use it outside the package itself. So we cannot use it. So either we can go with public or default. So default to have some limitations. That is, while coming to same package, yes, of course we can use, but while coming to subclass of different package, we cannot use it. So there is a limitation. But yes, still default can be used. That is, you can just use class then bath a class. Okay, Mumbai. So you can use it just like a simple class, okay, which is a default thing that will take into it. But still, it is always recommended to make sure the class creation is used with a public modifier so that it can be used in any packages. So that is like one of the important things that you should be aware of. So, okay, I hope you have understood why we have to use public class creation, okay, while coming to packages. So this is most important for package concept. So hope you got the point. Okay, now I have mentioned like there is one more method of this package usage, right? So consider there's a project which is under commercial, and in that I have two modules, that is sign and tech. So in sign I have two classes, that is class A and class B, and in tech I have three classes, that is class C, class D, and class A. So you already know that, okay, we can have same names on different packages, so that is acceptable. So that is like in sign package 2 we have class A, and in tech package 2 we have class A. But if you see the definitions, that is like in class A we have void M1, that is method M1, and class A, which is present in the tech, okay, which has a void M2. So these are the two different methods which is present inside two different package with the same name. So package has its advantages. So we can use the same name for the class creation. So now coming to this code, so package com.assign. So now I'm using this assign package, and in which I'm importing this particular class A, which is present inside this tech. So com.tech.a. So I'm using that. So here I'm creating one more class which in this, and it has method M3, so which has this output statement hello Java, and object creation is initialized. So by using the class A, which is present inside this package. So M1, M2, and M3. I'm calling this. So by using this, we can get the output. Okay, this is the one of the usual method that we are doing. So instead of calling the import, that is like instead of using the import, yes, still we can get the values, okay, or else the members or the definition which is present inside this class A from the different package. So that method is present here. So here you can see package com.sign as creator, and now I'm not using any import statement. So there is no import statement mentioning com.tech.a. I'm not using this import statement. Okay, but okay, if you look at the change that is mentioned here, that is in object creation. So I'm using the package name exactly while coming to the package creation, that is object creation, com.tech.a. For that, I'm creating an object, that is A1 is equal to new com. Okay, now here you have to understand things. That is like, okay, you don't want to import the whole package or whole a class which is present inside that package. So now if you want to access, okay, the methods or members which is present inside that class, okay, in that case you can create the object exactly by using the reference name itself. So that is here, instead of importing, I'm just using the package name, that is com.tech.a, and for that I'm creating an object creation, that is A1, and now I will be calling the package which is present inside this com.tech.a, that is a M2 method which is present inside it. So that can be used here. Okay, I hope you're understanding. Instead of using the whole package call in the import section. So I need just one method which is present inside this class A. For that, okay, I can just go with object creation with its package name, and I can call the method which is present inside it. So it is like one of the other method you can use uh, for the package which is present outside of the actual main package. So now let me know what will be the output for this. Okay, it is simple. I have already explained. So just let me know what will be the output for this. Okay, fine. Now it has simple that how we are using this M1 by using object creation A. So that M1 has hi, and here it is a different package that is pick.a. So we are creating A1, and in that M2 is present. That is we are calling this M2 method, which has hello. So hi hello. Then comes a method which is present inside the class package itself. So class B. So by using the reference of B, I'm creating an object that is B dot M3 is a call. So I'll be having hello Java. So hi, hello Java be the boot of this. So now in the session, we have seen the user defined package, that is like, okay, how to call this. And for calling, to import the packages, so we have different methods, and I have also mentioned what are the methods with the example programs. I hope you have understood. If not, you can let me know. And as you always know, if there is any issues with your attendance, I can verify it and you can let me know that. In the meanwhile, give me a sec, I'll create the attendance pool for the session. Okay, guys, your poll is in your chat. You can mention your presence in the poll. Okay, reassessment. Uh, Actually, I got a info for the recommendation of reassessment students. So those who are absent for assessment 1 and 2, I have given your names. So soon you will be receiving your mail regarding the reassessment. So I have given the names. Abel, you have mentioned about this reassessment. Okay, may I know how many of you haven't attended the assessment 1 and 2? If you are there, let me know.
Sir?
Yes, Mr.
Sir, I'm not able to give the poll. Like, I didn't poll.
Okay, fine. I just mentioned this number in the chat. I will take it.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I didn't attend the assessment.
Assessment. So may I know your name?
Sir, Gorang Satpathy, 18B0070.
May I know which assessment you haven't attended?
Sir, second, sir.
Second.
Yes, sir, second. First, I attended and got the marks.
Okay, give me a sec. I will verify.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr.
Sir, no marks for me.